All right, in this program we have been asked to calculate the cost of a cell phone plan. So there are, in the cell phone plan, daytime voice minutes, evening voice minutes, weekend voice minutes, and some data. So it costs a different amount based on how much you actually enter. So the plan says you get 100 free daytime minutes and then 25 cents per minute after that, and we have 15 cents per evening minute, 20 cents per weekend minute to a maximum of $15, and $30 for 4 gigabytes, and then if you use more than that it's $1.5 per gigabyte after that. Okay, so this is a bit complicated, but let's see what we can do. So we'll go to our IDE and let's get started. So we got to start with the inputs here. So we need day, evening, and weekend minutes and the data that was used. All right, so this is going to take a bit. So input, enter daytime minutes, evening, so enter evening minutes, and weekend. All right, so there's our voice, and we also need the data amount. And okay, so the gigabytes used. All right, so there are our variables that we need. Now we got to do the calculation. So let's do the day cost first. So what does it say? It says we get 100 free daytime minutes, and then every minute we go over that is going to cost us 25 cents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a variable called day cost. I'm going to set that equal to 0. Okay, so I'm going to assume that the daytime minutes is going to be less than 100, and then it would cost us $0. And if it happens to go over 100, so if the day goes over 100 minutes, then I'm going to calculate the additional cost. All right. So day cost would be a different value. It would be the amount of minutes over 100. So it would be day minus 100 times the 25 cents. Okay. So it's going to be 0 unless we go over 100 minutes. And if it goes over 100 minutes, we figure out how many minutes they went over, and then we multiply by 25 cents. Okay. Now we have the evening cost. That one's more straightforward. That is just 15 cents per minute. So evening cost is the evening number of minutes entered from the user times 15 cents. Now the weekend cost. Okay. So what did the weekend cost say again? It said it's 20 cents per weekend minutes to a maximum of $15. All right. So let's calculate that weekend cost, just like we did before. So times 20 cents a minute, okay? And if it goes over 15, then we'll just reset the weekend cost to 15. So weekend cost is just going to be equal to 15. So it'll do this calculation, but if we reach our maximum, then it's just going to cap that maximum. All right, now the data cost. Okay, so data is going to cost us $30 regardless of how much we use. So it's going to be $30. And if we go over 4 gigabytes, so if our data is bigger than 4, then we have to pay. I guess I could say bigger than or equal to 4. It doesn't really matter. I have to increase the cost of my data by 15 cents. So my data cost would be my data cost which was the 30, plus the amount over. So data minus 4 times 1.5 gigabytes. Okay, this looks like a little bit of a weird statement, but it does kind of make sense. So it takes what it was, which was 30, okay, and then it's doing a calculation just up here. It's taking the amount over 4 gigabytes and multiplying by $1.50. So I could just put 30 there, I guess, and that should still work as well. All right, so now I've got all 4 of those costs. I can just add them all up. So total cost would be day cost plus evening cost plus weekend cost plus data cost. Okay, and I can just print out the value of all of that at the end. So the cost of your usage is total cost, and we can round that as well. Okay, so that should work. If we were to run it and try it, I mean, I don't think I'm going to test all of it in the video here, but let's just run it and make sure it is running through everything properly. Okay, so again, we can test this a lot, but that's going to make a really long video, so we'll just run through it once here. So let's say I have daytime minutes. Let's say I've got 50, and I've got 100 evening minutes, and 5 weekend minutes, and 40 gigabytes. Okay, it's going to cost us a total of $100. Now, I suppose if you were to test it, you might want to start printing out the value of day cost, evening cost, weekend cost, and data cost separately, so you could do these calculations to check and see if it is working correctly.